United States President Donald Trump's tariffs continue to be among the most talked about topics on the world agenda. As you know, Donald Trump had decided to impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and up to 10 and 60% on China. Trump had suspended tariffs on Canada and Mexico.
To the US, where the self-imposed deadline set by President Trump to introduce trade tariffs on Canada and Mexico.
Moving along very rapidly. We've been mistreated very badly by many countries, not just Canada and Mexico.
US President Donald Trump has signed tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico and China.
Canada, we'll see what happens with Canada, but the people of Canada would be paying less than half of the tax.
The tariffs are expected to take effect on March 4. Trump has repeated this date several times in recent weeks. As the date approaches, concerns have increased, especially in Canada. The Ottawa government had even turned to the European Union and China to counter the impact of the United States tariffs. Canadian officials have recently allegedly updated their plans to ship some resources, including liquefied natural gas, to China. But Canada's main goal was to improve relations with Europe rather than trade with the United States. In recent days, Canada and Italy have often been mentioned together. Experts have argued that the two countries are reshaping their economic dynamics. According to economic analysts, even the European Union is surprised by Canada's ties with Italy. Had Canada chosen Italy over the United States? What is the latest on trade between Canada and Italy? What strategy was Canada pursuing with Italy to avoid United States tariffs? We will explore the answers to all these critical questions together. But before we do, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and give us a like to stay up to date with our content. All this is completely free of charge. Now let us get back to our main topic. First, it is worth noting that Italy already has an established presence in the Canadian market. Italy is interested in the food sector, where they are positioning themselves as potential alternative suppliers in case the United States imposes trade restrictions and Canada decides to impose retaliatory tariffs against the United States. When we analyze Canada's food imports by exporting countries, we can see that Italian agri-food products have an important position in the Canadian market after the United States and Mexico. Italy has even surpassed France in this regard. With exports worth $1.5 billion, Italy ranks third after the United States and Mexico in terms of trade with Canada. In recent years, Italian imports have been partly boosted by the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, which is currently in provisional implementation and has reduced customs barriers on a large number of Italian agri-food products. In the scenario of possible trade restrictions between the United States and Canada, this agreement further strengthens Italy's position in the food sector. Indeed, if Ottawa diversifies its sources of supply to reduce its dependence on the United States, made in Italy products will benefit even more. Canada, in turn, could increase its market share and consolidate Italy as a reliable trading partner. At the moment, in fact, the relationship between Italy and Canada has the potential to mask the tensions and impacts of the United States tariffs. To see that this is true, we need to look at Italy and Canada's trade network for 2024. Analyzing the 2024 market shares of Italy and the United States in various sectors of the Canadian food industry reveals some key areas where Italy could strengthen its presence if Canada imposes tariffs on food imports from the United States. While Italy's export share of intermediate and final unpackaged food products to Canada is relatively low, packaged food and beverages offer interesting opportunities. In particular, segments where Italian export shares are comparable to those of the United States include alcoholic beverages, milk, yogurt, cheese, oil, rice, and pasta. In particular, a comparison of the historical trends of Italian and United States exports of alcoholic beverages to Canada shows a steady increase in Italian exports since the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement entered into force in 2017. In the last 2 years, this growth has accelerated further, indicating a position strengthened by the recognition of the quality and value of Italian wine products. So, in a context of growing instability in global trade dynamics fueled by Trump's tariff war, the Italian food sector could find growth opportunities in a strategic market like Canada. By taking advantage of the tensions between Ottawa and Washington and capitalizing on the strong international reputation of Italian products, Italian businesses can strengthen their presence in the Canadian market. Therefore, in response to United States protectionist policies, Italian companies could see these changes as a potential advantage. and carefully consider alternative markets to the United States for their exports. Italy could also significantly increase its friendly relations with Canada. In this regard, there is one element that actually sheds light on both countries. This is the roadmap for enhanced cooperation between Italy and Canada. This roadmap aims to strengthen this relationship by framing and enabling collaborative efforts and initiatives in areas of common interest. It also reflects the commitment of both countries to close cooperation in tackling global challenges together and promoting sustainable prosperity, global stability, and the rule of law. This includes the respective group of 7 presidencies in 2024 and 2025. Let us now dig deeper into the balance of trade and investment between the two countries. Italy and Canada have a strong trade and investment relationship, with economies that complement each other and benefit from the strength of small and medium-sized enterprises. There is room for greater ambition and significant growth opportunities in strategic sectors such as critical minerals, semiconductors, aerospace, e-mobility, clean energy technologies, life sciences. To this end, Italy and Canada are seeking opportunities to facilitate even deeper trade and investment ties by exploring potential areas for cooperation and exchange of best practices, including by promoting mutual information sharing between institutional investors. The two countries are also committed to strengthening business ties between small and medium-sized enterprises, including through concrete initiatives such as the CDP Business Matchmaking Platform, launched in Canada in November 2023, which aims to bring together a large number of Italian and Canadian companies. Italy and Canada are committed to promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth that works for everyone. Together with their African partners, both countries are seeking joint opportunities to advance the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development Goals and strengthen peace, development, and prosperity across the continent. This includes actions to strengthen sustainable food systems, access to quality education and healthcare for all, energy security, and physical and digital infrastructure assets. Such actions are consistent with the spirit of Italy's Mattei Plan for Africa. On the other hand, Italy and Canada are encouraging further cooperation between their respective development finance institutions, Cassa Depositi e Prestiti and FinDev Canada, including the advancement of initiatives such as the €150 million lending facility provided to the Banque West Africaine de Développement to strengthen support to the private sector in West Africa. In the Group of 7 context, Cassa Depositi e Prestiti and FinDev Canada are working with other Group of 7 development finance institutions to strengthen their cooperation and coordination. We also see the two countries side by side in the field of security and defense. Thanks to the strong Canada-European Union relationship, Italy and Canada are contributing to global security by identifying opportunities for joint activities, including in cybersecurity and the climate security nexus, and by continuing the ongoing cooperation between the Forward Land Forces Battle Group in Latvia and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization Climate Change and Security Center of Excellence in Montreal. Italy and Canada are also increasing cooperation to strengthen cybersecurity and promote high cybersecurity standards, protect consumers and businesses, and reduce vulnerability to cyber incidents. They are also working on international norms on responsible state behavior in cyberspace, as well as cyber capacity building initiatives and regulatory measures. The two countries are also much closer in the context of the Group of 7 Rapid Response Mechanism on monitoring, analyzing, and countering artificial intelligence-led threats of foreign information, manipulation, and interference, and associated risks and opportunities. Recognizing the increasing transnational dimension of this phenomenon, both Italy and Canada maintain close security solidarity in policing and combating organized crime. This solidarity is realized through the Memorandum of Understanding between the Italian Ministry of the Interior and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the existing bilateral agreements on mutual legal assistance and extradition between the two ministries of justice. Both countries have also strengthened their relations through the United Nations and existing international police cooperation mechanisms such as Interpol and Europol. On energy, Italy and Canada are also remarkably united. Both Italy and Canada are committed to developing clean and renewable energy technologies that will promote energy security, strengthen trade cooperation, and advance their shared climate, biodiversity, and other environmental goals. including achieving the Conference of the Parties' 28 outcomes. In line with the commitments agreed at the Group of 7 ministerial meeting on climate, energy and environment in Venaria, Turin, Italy and Canada aim to contribute to keeping the 1.5-degree target within reach and to pursue and support the clean energy transition. In particular, both countries continue to work together through international initiatives such as the Powering Past Coal Alliance to drive global efforts to phase out existing uninterrupted coal power generation in energy systems in the first half of the 2030s. Critical minerals are vital to achieving climate goals. Italy is considering joining the Alliance for Sustainable Critical Minerals and thus aims to contribute to the expansion of bilateral economic, scientific, and technological cooperation in the field. In line with Group of 7 commitments under the Italian presidency, Italy and Canada also continue their cooperation through multilateral forums, including the Critical Materials and Minerals Conference. Hydrogen is one of the most promising fuels in moving towards net zero emissions. Italy and Canada are supporting the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the Italian Hydrogen Association and the Canadian Hydrogen Association, which will provide market advantages in the fields of hydrogen energy and fuel cell technology. On the other hand, Italy and Canada support the role of sustainable fuels, including sustainable biofuels, as part of a broader bioeconomy to decarbonize hard-to-reduce sectors and heavy-emitting industries, aviation, maritime, and road sectors. The two countries also continue their cooperation through multilateral forums, including the International Energy Agency Bioenergy Technology Collaboration Program, the Global Bioenergy Partnership, the Clean Energy Ministerial Biofuels Platform, Mission Innovation, and the Group of 20 Energy Transition Working Group and the Global Biofuels Alliance. Underlining that carbon management technologies are an important component of the transition to net zero, Italy and Canada are committed to exploring opportunities for cooperation in the context of multilateral forums. In short, the United States tariffs on Canada have given Italy a chance to seize the opportunities presented by the historic process. In other words, Italy and Canada have significantly increased their bilateral relations in the current period. In the future, both countries may start to feel closer to each other in terms of trade. This could allow Canada to avoid the United States tax cuts that will be implemented in March, thanks to the bond that Canada will develop with Italy. Thank you for watching.